Hello, this is Tom Duffy from Digital Dispatcher, and I'm here today to show you the installation of the Digital Dispatcher Bluetooth antenna on a fuel delivery truck equipped with an LCR register. Here's the Bluetooth antenna with the Bluetooth cable that's going to be used for installation on a truck equipped with an LCR register. The two ends of the cable, the one will come with the Bluetooth antenna already installed on it, the other will have a label for LCR, and this will get plugged into the lap pad adapter of the LCR register. If we pan down here to the cable, we have this cable here is the 25-pin adapter coming from the LCR register. This little 2" by 2" square device is the lap pad adapter. On the other side is the 9-pin adapter, and our Bluetooth device gets plugged directly into the back of the lap pad adapter. You fasten it, you don't need to over tighten it. Once that's attached, you take your Bluetooth device, clean it up, and you can wire tie that to wherever it's real convenient. You want to position the label to be facing out so that the lights on the Bluetooth indicator can be seen by the driver. And that concludes the installation of the Digital Dispatcher equipment on a truck equipped with an LCR register. After the Bluetooth device is installed in the truck, there's 3 conditions that need to be met about the LCR register. The first condition I'm going to review with you is the position of the J10 jumper. Now, before you move a jumper in the LCR register, you want to make sure that it's powered off so that there's no power or no display on the screen. You can open up the hinge door and you find the main circuit board of the LCR register. Now, not all circuit boards are identical, so the position of the LCR jumper could be different depending on the model of circuit board in your register. Right here is where we have the J10 jumper. Make sure it's powered off. Okay, that jumper can be pulled out, and you'll notice that there's 3 pins. Okay, and the J10 jumper is either going to be in the 232 position or the 485 position. For Digital Dispatcher, it needs to be in the 485 position. The other most common board is labeled A and B. A is for 232, B is for 485. This board here, to get it in the 485 position, we capture the 2 top pins, and that's done. Now it's prepared in the 485 position and is ready for Digital Dispatcher. One other thing you want to make sure is in place is that the correct version of firmware is running on your LCR register. To find out what version of firmware is running on the LCR register, you run a calibration report. To run a calibration report, you go to the red knob on the register, you turn it to shift print and right back to print. Shift print, back to print, and now it will print a calibration report. What I'm using here is a roll printer. You can run the same report with a slip printer. Once the report's done, you remove the report from the printer, and you take a close look at the report, and this will tell you the firmware version. Right here, we've got firmware version SR210v4.13. The LCR firmware version you want running on your LCR should be at least version SR210v4.0 or later, and this covers all LCRs manufactured in at least the last 10 to 12 years. Alright, once you've installed the Bluetooth device in your truck, you confirm that the jumper, the J10 jumper, is in the proper position, and you also confirm that you're running the appropriate version of firmware. You're going to bond your Android device to the Bluetooth antenna. To do this, from your Android device, you're going to go into Settings. You're going to tap on Settings. You're going to make sure the Bluetooth is turned on. You're going to tap on Bluetooth. You're going to scan for devices. And once it's scanned for the devices, you're going to find the truck number for the Bluetooth device that you've just installed. You're going to select that number. You're going to pair. When it asks for the device's PIN, you're going to enter 4 zeros, which is the default PIN. You click OK, and now your device, Android device, is bonded to that truck's Bluetooth device. Once your Bluetooth device is paired with your phone or tablet, you go into the Digital Dispatcher application. You're going to open up Setup. When it asks for the password, you're going to type in the password, which will be given to you. This brings you to your setup screen. In the truck box, you want to make sure that the truck number corresponds to the truck number on the Bluetooth device. In this case here, it's a 3. If it were another number, you would enter that number there. If you have a driver number, you can enter a driver number. Inventory account, you want to use the number 0, and that's tracking inventory into your truck. The alpha button is only used if there's letters in your asset list, in which case there are for the railroad asset list. Auto check, you want to check auto check, and that will do a check of the wireless data on a defined interval. The default value is 15. The use Bluetooth checkbox should be checked. And then your registers, you hit your drop down box on your registers and you select which register you're using on this truck. In our case, it's going to be an LCR2, so we select LCR2. We don't need to print duplicates. The timeout control, you want to enable the timeout control so the driver can control that feature on the LCR register. We're not using the OCR, that's for invoicing. We want to select show instructions, and we want to select the box that says show truck empty. Once all your settings are set, you tap your menu key, save will pop up at the bottom, you save those settings, and now your device is ready to go to work. Once our Bluetooth device is installed, all our settings are in place, and our Android device is bonded to the Bluetooth antenna, we want to check the communications. The easiest way to check the communications is to run through a test delivery. So on the Android device, we're going to open up our application. We're going to initiate a delivery. We're going to enter a value for a locomotive number. In this case, we're going to use CN8910. We're going to create a ticket. It's a valid locomotive number, so it goes into the load screen. All right. We're going to load this record into the register. So this is going to load a header into the LCR register and prepare the LCR register to initiate the delivery. Once the loading is complete, it's going to print the header onto the ticket of the printer of the LCR register, and the driver can then begin his delivery. To make the delivery, the driver goes to the LCR register head, turns the red knob to the run position. He goes ahead and makes his delivery. In this case here, we're doing a test, so we're going to do a 0-gallon delivery. When you're done, turn this back to the print position. The driver hits a command on his Android device to get that delivery. He has the option to enter additional values. In your case, you're probably going to bypass this. You're going to hit proceed. It checks the register, pulls that value into the Android device, and saves that record. The last step the driver does, he hits the save command. It prompts him with a message asking him whether or not the truck was empty. He'll hit yes if he emptied his truck. It saves that record. He then hits the check command, and it'll send that record back to the server. If for some reason your communication test fails, then there's one other item you need to check. Digital Dispatcher is designed to work with the LCR's factory default. If for some reason the factory default for the LCR node number has been changed, that has to be restored to the factory default. In which case here you'd bring the truck to a certified technician who can then restore it to the factory default for you.